What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Frito Bandito Taqueria. My name is the Pharaoh. No, can't play that song. I'll get banned. Yeah, Time Bomb.
I'm kind of curious what song.
Well, it would get me muted. Time Bomb by Rancid.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it would get me copyrighted. But
Anyway. Hey folks, I'm here.
Yeah, Mr. William Paul is making a rare appearance tonight. He does not have to wake up early for work tomorrow, so he has decided to swing the late shift here in the taqueria. My arms are wrecked. Finally got all of my digging done in the backyard. Yes. So tomorrow I'm going to go out, buy all my sprinkler pipe supplies, and gonna rig up basically a brand new zone of sprinklers. So it's gonna be 6 heads. Yeah, so I did all the digging. Finally got, ow, that hurt. I finally got it all done. Yes, so the good news is it looks like next week I'll be able to get back to training. Basically, I told myself I wanted to get all of the sprinkler stuff done first before I start training, which is good because I just signed, well, I've signed up for one race officially, and I attempted to sign up for a second one, but USA Triathlon registration is giving me a headache. So I'm going to get things set up tomorrow. So my first race is going to be in Mesa. It's going to be the Mesa Sprint. I've done this for the past 2 years. This is my 3rd year. I am going to go for my 3rd year in a row of winning the swim leg and then get murdered on the bike and then try not to suck as bad as I did last year on the run. I'm going to try and beat my record. I'm going to try and at least go 3/4 of a lap this year before I get passed. So that's my goal. My goal is to get through 3/4 of a lap. I got 3 laps, and last year I barely got through half a lap, and then I got passed by 2 people who just blew by me like they might as well have been in an F1 racer car. It was just ridiculous how fast they passed me.
But just remember, think how far behind you they were in the swim part.
Yeah, they were at least, I would say probably a good 70 meters behind me. They are at least a full pull length and a half behind me. So yeah, it was, I felt pretty good. And also this year I have to set up my shoes correctly so I don't get massive blisters like I did last year. Last year the run was abysmal. I should have gone a lot faster, but I didn't set up my shoes right for running sockless, and I got massive blisters on my arches, and it was just utterly painful. So I definitely dropped a few places because of that. But yeah, so that's my goal for that. And then I'm actually going to be doing a new race this year because I was supposed to be doing my standard Bayshore race in November. This will actually be the 2nd year in a row I haven't done this race. Last year it just wasn't going to happen. I had too many things going on at the same time, and this year my kids are going to have a swim meet on the same day, and I would much rather go help coach and watch my kids do a swim meet rather than do my own stupid race. So I'm going to be doing the Alpha Win La Quinta race. So it's going to be down in Palm Springs. I'm actually going to get a hotel for this one, but I'm going to be all by my lonesome because my daughters are going to have softball games.
By myself.
Yeah.
Don't want to be all by myself.
I would take my streaming setup, but I'm going to want to get some sleep because I'm going to have an early morning the next day. But the other reason why I'm definitely going to get a hotel is because they have a strict policy on disinfecting wetsuits. Those of you that know anything about the zebra mussels, basically they're trying to abate that as much as possible. So they require any competitor that's swimming with a wetsuit to completely saturate it in a special chlorinated water mix before they allow it to go into the water for the race. So unfortunately, you have to get a tag, and you can't just do it at your pool at home. You know, you have to do it there. So I would much rather go there the night before and get it all taken care of rather than wake up at like literally 3 o'clock in the morning to get out there. So this gives me a better chance of having a better race. So this one's going to be an Olympic distance. I try and do one of these every year. So it's supposed to be a good flat course. The swim is supposed to be stupid cold. So yeah, that's going to be a good time. So I don't know how exactly this is going to go. I'm used to swimming. I'm okay with swimming in about 63-degree water. I think this is going to be below 60. So I don't really know, but I'm prepared for this, and just going to have to take it easy for the first couple hundred and then get into a groove once my body temperature acclimates a little bit. So anyway, so next week we're going to be back on the bike. And back on the bike, back on the run. So my new Normatec leg recovery boots are definitely going to be getting a bunch of work in next week. So I'm pretty happy for that. So with that out of the way, let's get playing. We're playing Final Fantasy 14 tonight. We're going to be doing some Dawn Trail. I am planning on staying up later. We'll probably go past 11 o'clock Pacific time tonight. Because
I don't know if I can stick around the whole night.
Oh, I know you're not going to want to stick around the whole night. Stick around as long as you need to. You know how we roll.
Well, okay, no, wait. Let me rephrase that. I'll want to stick around the whole night. I won't be able to.
Pretty much. So,
so I want to share this with you. I mean, don't let me stop you from like logging in and all that. But so one of my coworkers, after work, they texted me, and I was quite impressed with what they said.
Huh.
The text reads, "One thing I really respect about you is that you work with integrity even when it's inconvenient." Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm willing to shoot myself in the foot if I deserve to have my foot shot.
Well, that's good. Oh, speaking of really nice text messages, my wife actually got a text message from my middle daughter's coach from hold up, we're going there. Yeah. So this is her assistant coach from fall ball last year. So so he sends my wife a text saying, "Hey, I know that your daughter Minty, that's her online.
How she goes.
That's how she goes online here in the Taqueria.
That's her alias.
That is her alias here in the Taqueria. So Minty signed up for San Dimas League this year, and I know and understand that you guys are pretty strict on not competing on Sundays. But I had to message you and ask you if you would at least consider having your daughter play on the select team as a catcher. We could really use a good catcher, and I think your daughter would be a good fit. Which the way it goes in softball is you have rec league, then you have select, and then you have all-stars. So the rec league is where they pick the all-star team. But the select team is like an extra bonus travel ball team that some kids do play alongside the rec league. But the only problem is the select team always plays doubleheaders on Sunday. So we're kind of more, my wife has taken the lead on this one. And she's basically saying, okay, I'm very much so positive that we're not going to be able to pull doubleheaders every Sunday. We can't commit that time. Just can't do it.
No.
but we're going to let this be a learning experience for Minty, and my wife is encouraging my daughter to actually pray about it. We're ultimately going to tell her no. But but we're giving her the chance to actually, legitimately ask Heavenly Father, if this is a good idea or not a good idea. And I know that my wife's going to kind of take the lead on working with her on this. But, yeah, so, I mean, that's really nice. Because it is no shock to anyone. I don't necessarily 100% approve of my daughters in softball. Mostly because I don't believe either of my daughters will be given the time of day. Because, number one, they don't have a whole crap load of innate talent. And number two, I'm not willing to be an assistant coach for softball. So, because of those two things, they simply do not get a lot of favoritism. And they get often passed over a lot. However, that being said, it's kind of encouraging when an assistant coach, I think he might be assistant coach for this select team, but he's the one reaching out and requesting for your daughter to consider joining the select team. So, I thought that was pretty nice.
The irrational voice in my head, and yes, folks, I figured that there's two voices in everyone's head, the rational voice and the irrational voice. They're constantly arguing, but the irrational voice in my head is like, well, they probably talked about the kids that applied and the rec team, and they're like, yeah, this kid's we don't need her on the rec team. Let's see if we can pawn her off onto the select team.
That wouldn't happen. You wouldn't take a kid who's not good enough for a rec team and throw him on a select team. That doesn't happen. That does not happen.
Well, I thought you were saying that they take all-stars from the rec team, so...
Well, it's weird. It's weird. I don't necessarily, I don't even begin to understand how it all works. I just know that they use, so the rec team, the rec league is actually the lowest league. And then the select team is more of an extra, it's like extra credit for those that want to go above and beyond just playing in the rec league. They would also play on the select team as well, and they would have extra games every week. So you would still be on the rec league? Yes.
Or on the rec team?
Yes.
Okay, I see.
There's a lot of girls on my older daughter's team that were on the select team as well last season. So yeah, the select team is definitely the better girls.
Well, okay, so the one thing I remember from your softball season, which I don't know how the person that is offering the select team is being authentic, is that she just didn't get the reps as a catcher because she was always passed over for someone else.
Well, but the thing was, this coach was at the evaluations, and they saw her catch during evaluations. And yes, what you said is absolutely correct. She got passed over the entire season for catcher. She caught maybe 3 games. But
and therefore she didn't really get the...
No, what you said was right. She didn't get the reps. She didn't she would practice every once in a while, but she got no game experience. So, but apparently what she did during these evaluations impressed the coach. I guess. I don't know. I mean, maybe, it's just like me with swimming. With me with swimming.
What the bleep is up with my Discord? I keep getting, it used to be that it would just drop down to real low and then come back. Now it's actually disconnecting me.
Uh.
Yeah. Oh well.
But maybe the coach is kind of like me with swimming, where I can look at a swimmer and I can say, well, this swimmer definitely has the potential to be pretty good, but definitely
they need the opportunity.
Opportunity.
They need the opportunity to work at it.
Yeah. There's definitely things that can happen. It's like this one kid that I've been working with. I kind of affectionately call this kid my reincarnation if I was in a pudgy ginger's body. This little kid, he's only in 5th grade, but he's definitely putting in the time. He's putting in the time. His dad was a high school basketball player, and he's a tall guy. So this kid, while he may be short and totally pudgy, that kid hits puberty. He's got the potential to have a really, really good swimmer's body. Like, he's got genetic potential there. It's just we gotta get him to understand how to swim despite his ADHD. He's a good kid.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Holy crap, this kid's got squirrel mode on him. So what's funny though is we were working on flip turns, and the dad is like all into it. But I keep telling the dad, I keep tempering what he wants to, because he sends me videos like, oh, I was working on this with my son. I was like, okay, good. Just make sure you're only focusing on this and this, because if you try and focus on that, and that, you're going to overwhelm the poor kid. He's not going to get it. It's like for instance, with the flip turn, I just told the dad, I was like, look, if he is able by the end of next week to just get himself set up for the flip turn, I don't care what happens with the somersault. I just want him to be in the ready position before the somersault. That's all I care about. And if he just works on that for all next week, that would be great. Because then you're building the blocks one by one, and you're gonna set the kid up for a lot more success. If you try and throw all the elements of a flip turn at him, you're gonna set him up for failure. He's not going to be able to process, because I broke it down into about 6 steps. 1 and 2 are combined, 3 and 4 are combined, 5 and 6 are combined. If you try and get that kid to execute all 6 steps in a row, he can't do it. He is just not capable of processing that much information in that order at a single time. You gotta get him set up and understand steps 1 and 2, and then work on that for an entire week and only focus on those 2 steps. Whatever else happens, I don't care. So yeah, it's good. But yeah, I have 2 new adults that I'm working with.
Nice.
So one of them is a Mexican gal. I saw her swimming one day, and I finished up my lesson, and I knew I had a little bit of time. So I kind of went over to her, and I was like, hey, do you mind if I give you some pointers? Oh, yes, please. Please, I need help. Please, that'd be great. So I gave her some pointers, and I'm just like, so, I teach lessons. She goes, oh.
You do?
I would like that. So basically, the gal had like a traumatic experience when she was a kid down in Mexico, and she just never really learned. And then when she became a mom, she started putting her kids into swimming, and her kids did swimming. I don't think they were any good, but they were on swim teams and stuff, and she's just like, I just never learned. And she came, and I see her swimming almost every day during the free swim, because our pool only offers open swim during the summer. Because during the school year, it is chock full with the students, and then they just don't employ lifeguards year round. So so there's no free open swim during the winter. So then I told her, I was like, well, if you take lessons with me, you can swim basically whenever we have a lesson. She goes, oh, okay. So
I
basically,
like the way you think, Mr. Feral Man.
so yesterday, all we worked on was putting our head underwater and blowing air out.
Look, you gotta focus on the basics.
We
If
are.
you can get the basic down, you can build from that foundation.
We are definitely at the basics. I saw her try to swim, and she's just like she goes about 3 breaths and then she stops, and she's just like, I just can't breathe. I just can't breathe. I'm like, okay, are you pushing air out underwater? I think so. So I was like, okay, just swim and let me look underwater. She is just holding her breath underwater. I was like, no, you can breathe out underwater. I was like, okay, stand here in the shallow end, put your head underwater, and blow air out. And she just wouldn't do it. I was like, okay, let's just stand here in the air, push air out your mouth. Because I'm just like, okay, look, you got to be able to breathe in and out while you swim comfortably. That's what we're working on right here, right now. Because you are not comfortable breathing out with your face in the water, and that's only going to cause you issues. So let's train on this today. You work on this at home, and we'll come back next week, and we'll see how things are. So I'm pretty excited about her. And then I got another guy that I'm working with. His name is Bruce. Bruce is a good guy. He's kind of he looks like he's in about his 60s, maybe upper 50s, lower 60s. But yeah, I've seen the guy here for the past 3 summers. I worked with him a little bit last summer, but he really wants to work with me over the winter. So I'm trying to get him to join a Masters team because he seems to really like working out with swimming. And he's like, oh, I don't know about competing. I was like, no. You go to the Masters team to get a decent workout in. And trust me, there are swimmers that are at your skill level. Trust me. You'll be fine. So, oh, that's right. I was going to get him those websites. I'll send them to him tomorrow. All right. So we're here with these really crazy fish-eyed people.
Sahagin?
No, they're different.
Okay.
This is a new race.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't have your stream up. I'm only in voice chat with you.
Yeah, let me.
Because I'm lazy.
Yeah, it's fine. Here, I'll make it even lazier for you.
Oh.
So we got this Phoenix thing in in the Sky Ruin. Valley Garmonda. That's what this thingy is. Okay, so that's what's going on there. I love it. She goes, what happens if the ice magic imprisoning this big gigantic dragon bird thingy melts? We have our first trial of the expansion. That's what happens. I don't know.
Oh, so that definitely can't happen then. It'll stay frozen.
Of course it'll stay frozen.
Yes.
Oh, I'm excited to get back to training next week. I really need to get back to training. Because I've been really hesitant to get back into training while I've been doing all this digging stuff. Because I'm just like, I don't want to wreck myself and then not be able to dig. So basically the way that we're doing this is I talked it over with my wife. So the house projects are we're doing front yard, backyard renovations, and then paint the whole house. So the way I'm looking at this is for the rest of this month is going to be doing everything I need to get stuff ready for the Hardscape guys to come and do their thing in September. So then we're going to get through September because we got a lot of crap going on in September. So when we get through September, we're going to get all the construction done, get that all done and dusted. Oh yeah, crap, the last thing I need is to figure out that whole pagoda issue. Anyway, sorry. Tangent moment. So we're going to get all the Hardscape we're going to get all the Hardscape done in September. And then October, I'm going to get back to full scale painting. Try and get the whole house finished off by November. That's going to be the goal. Cuz I figure I'm going to need about, I would say probably about a half a day to finish off the first coat on the main house. And then I'm going to need probably a day to finish off the first coat on the garage. And then I got to do a whole second coat on the house. And then I got to do the trim. I am not excited to do the trim at all. That is going to be an utter pain in the butt. But it needs to happen. Bigly. Alright. They got royal toast? I need royal toast. I'm taking the royal toast.
Does it actually provide anything for you, or is it just because you like the name Royal Toast?
Critical hit and vitality. That's not too bad. Proof. Okay, gotta talk to people for clues. So, okay, so I got enhanced swift cast. Let's see here. Enhanced swift cast. Oh! Reduced swift cast time to 40 seconds. It's pretty sweet. Potency of Dia, Afflatus, Misery, and Glare. Okay. Cool. Ooh. I get Medica 3 at 96. That's in 2 levels. And then Divine Caress. Creates barrier around self and all party members. Divine Aura, that's a heal over time. Huh, okay.
It's a hat?
It's a hat. Oh, okay. Temperance turns into Divine Caress. Okay, so that's... So, Temperance upgrades into Divine Caress. Okay. Cool. Let's bring our map back up. Let's talk to my peeps. Well, I'm really glad to be done with Star Ocean Divine Force.
Yeah.
Back to, hold on.
Are you going to pick up the Visions of Mana demo? Check it out.
Maybe. I mean, I definitely want to get it. Like, I want to get Trials of Mana, and I want to get Visions of Mana. It's just, I can't do it right now. Because...
I'm not even talking about the game itself. I'm talking about the
demo. I know. I'm just not going to play it, though. That's the problem.
Look, you just take a single day, play a bit of it, and whether you're impressed or not, that's it.
Yeah, I know. But basically, the way I'm looking at things for the stream is I am probably gonna need another, I don't know, probably another probably about 3 weeks to play through Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I'm gonna really do post-game stuffs. I just don't know.
Yeah.
But so once that's done, I'm gonna want to play some of my smaller LucasArts point-and-click adventures. Because I got, like, The Dig, Zach McCracken. I got a bunch of them on Amazon, and they're games that I have been wanting to play, but I just never have gotten around to playing them. So I really want to take some time and actually play those ones. So...
You know what game I figure you would want to play if we had the means to just completely remove memory of having already played it from your head so you could enjoy it again for the first time?
What?
Chicken Police.
Chicken Police was a good time. Those of you that are watching this stream, you don't know what Chicken Police is, you need to play Chicken Police.
It's so...
It was so unexpectedly fantastic. And I'm not even saying that, like, smugly. It was actually a lot of fun to play. It's a point-and-click. It's a point-and-click detective game. You can't really screw it up. But it's a good ride. It is a good ride. And we just had so much fun playing through that game. It was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Hello, Bear Nurse.
Oh man, that one was shocking. Oh, okay. So speaking of Bear Nurse, so my wife went to a Relief Society activity tonight. And for those of you who don't know what Relief Society is, it's kind of the women's organization in my church. So they put together these like activities once a month, and they invite all the ladies. Like literally tonight they told everyone, bring your favorite salad and we're gonna eat salad and talk and play little games. And my mom explicitly was like, I don't want to do this at all. My mom is like, I'm just gonna drop my salad off and go. I just can't do it. I can't do it with some of these. Because my mom is a working mom. She's a working mom. Her world revolves around hard logic, math, designs, and stuff like that. She can't handle the foo-foo moms. She can't handle the, I'm just gonna go shopping. She can't. She cannot handle these people. So she's like, I just don't want to go. I just want to be alone. I don't want to talk to anyone. But anyway, so my wife comes back and they're talking about the Olympics, and apparently my mom was watching a race where legitimately it was like a 200-meter dash, And the only reason this chick won was because she was a B cup and the other chick was an A cup.
Wow.
You look at the photo finish, and the boobs are the deciding factor. I mean,
Now let's be serious, folks. And granted, I have no context, no knowledge of this. I would have to assume that both participants were wearing some type of sports bra.
Oh yeah.
Rather than
rather
than anything else that you know, the horribly minded men of the world would be just like, oh yeah, let's give them some nice cleavage as they work out and run because it'll look better for us as spectators. But
there is nothing more constricting for the breastises than a female competition tech suit in swimming. Those suits. I had my friends that were girls back in college. They would put those things on. They'd just be like, "Oh, it was hard getting the girls in today."
I mean,
and these are back in the day when most of the girls they would have the zipper backs on the suits. They're not allowed to do zipper back anymore. But back in the late 2000s, middle 2000s, you were allowed to, and they would have to like totally scrunch the MacGuffins and push him against their chest, and then their friend is closing it and zipping up like a freaking corset. It's just like, these are not comfortable on the ladies. Well, to be fair, for the dudes, it ain't comfortable on the buddies either. those puppies
ladies,
are tight.
We appreciate your sacrifice.
We appreciate your sacrifice because there's nothing hotter than a hot chick wearing the tightest thing she could possibly squeeze her body into. So, anyway. So they were talking about the MacGuffins, and I was just like, you know what? Actually, Taylor Nibb, she won by her breasts too. I'm
sorry. Wait. Last name Nibbs?
Taylor Nibb. Yes, that is her name. Knibb. Yes, Taylor Nibb.
So yes. She won by a nib?
She did win by a nib. That's the photo I actually posted in After Dark. Where I mentioned that she won by a boob. It's
by a nib.
It's what happened. I am not being crass. I'm just saying. She won by her chest, which are her boobs. So that's and then my wife started talking about this unfortunate pole vaulter male.
Oh no.
Let's just say his well-endowedness was the reason the bar fell down, and you see the doing on his way back down.
Well, he may not have won, but he's probably a fan favorite of the ladies.
He is a favorite of the ladies. I'll tell you that much. My wife was dying laughing at that. She's like, "Don't you guys like wear something underneath?" I was like, "Well, I typically wear Speedos, dear. That is not my sport. I do not know what they wear under them shorty McShort shorts." Apparently, not a cup. But yeah. So also fun trivia. So BYU has a record-setting 7 athletes. Hey, Beardy the Lumberjack. What up, dude? Welcome to the Frito Bandito Taqueria, where we talk about dongs, boobs, and Olympics. So,
Whoa. We talk about the Olympics and how apparently those other things you mentioned are affected by affect the sports the Olympians participate in. Not that we lead off with
No.
discussion of those things.
This isn't fully Taqueria After Dark. No, we're talking about the Olympics. But yeah. So Brigham Young University, my alma mater, they have 7 athletes in the track and field events. That actually sets a record.
Now, are they all U.S. competitors or from different countries? Because obviously, I know that BYU takes students from all over.
I actually don't know. I actually don't know that.
I mean,
so they had the steeplechase guy. So okay, you need to watch the men's steeplechase finals. It seriously looks like something straight out of Studio C. Like
Scott Sterling.
What was that?
Scott Sterling.
I couldn't hear that.
Was that his? Was Scott Sterling his name?
Is that like the brown hair dude?
I don't know, but they had a series of clips where it's like someone was a goalie for soccer.
Oh, okay. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You're going a different direction now?
Yes. So, okay. So the guy looks like he could be the same guy that plays Scott Sterling.
Okay.
So he's just this little white guy. Yes. Okay, Beardy. That's exactly what we were talking about. We were talking about the dude pole vaulting and his dong knocked the bar off. That is a part of what we were talking about.
We were talking about that just before you showed up. Yeah.
Yes. We talked about that.
Because I know that we now have an audience. He may not have won any medals, but he's definitely a fan favorite.
He is a fan favorite for all the wrong reasons.
For all the right reasons.
He may not have been endowed with a medal that day, but we know the man is endowed. So anyway, so our guy, he gets in. So he gets in the final, and he's like 7th coming into the finals. So this guy is, he is the NCAA champion in the steeplechase.
Okay.
So, right. Foiled by a limp dick. Yep. That's pretty much it. So anyway, so our guy, his last name is Rooks. So he goes into this thing, and they start talking about him, and at the starting, they're like, yeah, he ran for BYU, and he says he gets nervous. And these are the Olympic announcers. He gets nervous before every race, but he uses scripture to calm himself down. I'm like, what a good little BYU boy. What a way to represent. That's fantastic. I love it. So he starts the race, and he's like in dead last. Like, not dead last, but he's like second to last in the race. And we're just kind of like, okay, whatever. Our USA guy is going to go last. But near about 2 laps left, he starts cooking it, and he starts moving up in the pack. And then he gets to the final lap, and he just bolts. Like, he passes this guy from Ethiopia, and you see the dude look over at him and just basically go, what? And the guy just zooms right by him, and he's like a good 10, 15 plus feet ahead of the guy in second, and he's just booking it on the backside of the track. So he's just going and going and going. So then the guy who won last year, he's from Turkey, and he starts chasing him down, where he passes him on the final straightaway. But then the guy from Kenya, who apparently had a huge beef with the guy from Turkey, they start going, he starts trying to chase down Rooks, and you see Rooks' face. His eyes are closed. He's gritting his teeth. He is just going down as fast as he could, and he takes the silver. And on top of that, so the dude won NCAA last year. He won NCAA Division I last year. He dropped that time by 9 seconds.
Ooh.
That is insane amount of time drop. I'm an NCAA swimmer. I swam for Brigham Young University. I can appreciate getting a personal best at an Olympic level. But going 9 seconds faster, are you freaking kidding me? That is a run of a lifetime. Serious kudos.
I don't care at what level you run at. If you get 9 seconds off your personal best, if I were swimming something and I dropped, obviously I'm not getting the times that the Olympians are getting, but if I have a personal best of a certain time, and then the next time I run that race, I swim that race, I do better than, I do 9 seconds better. That is fantastic.
Yeah. No, it was truly a fantastic race to watch. Definitely men's steeplechase. You just have to watch that race to believe it. But one of the things, too, about that race, so at the beginning of the race, for about 75%, it's a 3-kilometer race. So for about 2 full kilometers of the race, there are these 3 Ethiopians that were first, second, and third, and you can tell that the 3 of them were working together. And the announcers were saying that the Ethiopians had never won the steeplechase, and that pissed them off because the Ethiopians are known for long distance running. So the fact that they had not won the steeplechase ever just pissed them off. So they totally came up with this strategy where they were going to have their 3 guys get in final because they knew they can get 3 guys into finals. But what they wanted to do was they wanted to draft their top runner behind 2 other guys. So they had 2 guys that were basically sacrificial lambs. This is something that you see in cycling a lot. You see other athletes basically work as a team. They know they're not going to win the medal, but they are all working to make sure that their guy wins the medal. And if their guy wins the medal, they basically go, yep, we made that happen. And they're kind of cool with it. So what wound up happening was the 3 guys are going together for about 75% of the race. And then when Brooks started really bringing it on, it was the final, they were rounding the final turn. And one of the Ethiopian guys ate crap off the hurdle. So this, for those of you that don't know what the steeplechase is, it's this really wonky long distance hurdles event where they have these hurdles that are like about 4.5 foot tall and like 15 feet wide. So this is a big A hurdle. And they have about 5 of them on the track. And then one of them, you have to go over it, and they have this puddle of water. So if you've ever seen a track with this big old hurdle and like this divot into the ground, you're wondering, what the crap is that for? They actually fill that full of water for the steeplechase. So not only are you having to jump over these 4.5 feet high hurdles about 5 times, you have to get your shoes wet every lap. That's gotta be freaking annoying. that has just gotta suck. And that has to do with the history of steeplechase. I have no idea what the history of steeplechase is. But this guy goes off the second to last one, eats crap, falls down, literally knocked himself unconscious. Like, I saw that guy fall off, and the camera was going with the guys in first, second, and third, and that guy was not moving. I'm like, that guy's out cold. So then I checked it out the next day, and the dude wound up regaining consciousness like hours later. Like, talk about scary. I mean, that was horrible accident. You know, there was no fault, no foul play at all. The guy slipped off and ate crap. and he totally got a concussion out of it.
I mean, I would assume that there were medical people there on, to help him immediately. I mean,
no. The guy went down, and everyone else went over the hurdles within like 2 seconds. So it was clear they ran, gave him immediate. I read the article. They said he was given almost immediate attention. So basically, once the other racers went past him, they gave him immediate attention. Which goes to show you folks, okay? I understand the meaning of good sportsmanship and all that kind of stuff, but if a dude eats crap behind you, you are in no ways obligated to go around and help the dude. You finish, especially when you only have a quarter lap. You see all these things where the guy's like, oh, the guy fell and the other kid went to pick him up and they crossed the finish line together. I'm sorry, F that. You just go, you finish the race, and then you go and help the dude up, okay? I'm sorry.
If he falls ahead of you, you can be a good sportsman by trying not to step on him.
Right.
That's, I mean, more than that, it's just like, finish the race.
Right, Beardy? I mean, there's certain times when there's a race that simply doesn't matter. Like, for instance, if I was in a high school dual meet and something happened to where I saw something go on and I had the opportunity to help another racer, I would probably do it. If it was just a podunk, this doesn't freaking matter race. If you're in the Olympics, I'm sorry, you finish the darn race. And then you go help the guy. You finish the race, especially when you're that close to the finish line. You finish the dang race, and then you help the guy.
Especially with the fact that you're that close to finishing the race, and you know that there are medical professionals on site specifically to help people that go down.
Yes. Now, what's hilarious is almost every Olympics, I always see this one. Yeah, you think your job's stupid? Imagine being a lifeguard for the swimming events at the Olympics. It's like, crap happens, guys. I mean, things happen, man. I mean, never discount a good lifeguard until you need it.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. It's like, guys, yes, you need the lifeguard there. You can't just have a high-end competition without a lifeguard, because trust me, weird things happen fairly often.
At a high-end competition like that, you want a high-end lifeguard.
Yeah. Actually, one of the funniest things that health-wise that ever happened was back when I was like a freshman in high school. So this is like 98-ish plus minus. That was when energy drinks started kind of making their scene on the market. Like, Red Bull had just come out a couple months prior to this particular story. So I went to what were called Junior Olympics. Now, Junior Olympics is not anything close to the Olympics. It's just what they called it. But you had to be a very good swimmer in order to make it into this competition. So
I hate to interrupt you. I got to bow out. I just saw the time. So
all right,
continue to story about Junior Olympics. I'll try to catch it on the VOD.
All right. See you, Will. Have a good night, man.
Good night. It was fun.
All right. So Will lives on the East Coast. I live on the West Coast. So it's way later for him than it is for me. So what happened was I go to the swim meet and I see that the Red Bull truck is there. And this, like I said, this is when Red Bull just started coming out. We had no real idea. We saw the commercials. Red Bull gives you wings. We had no idea what it was. We just thought it was like a little bit harder, a little bit, more caffeine than a Mountain Dew. I mean, because we had Mountain Dew and we had Surge. Like, those two sodas were considered like, whoa, that's a lot of caffeine. Whoa, you know, those are kind of considered the hardcore caffeine drinks back then. But then Red Bull came out, and full disclosure, I have ADHD. I was on Ritalin from the time I was in kindergarten all the way until I graduated from high school. And then when I went to college, Ritalin was considered a banned substance for NCAA competitions. So I went cold turkey, and I haven't really gone back. So in high school, or at this swim meet, they had Red Bull. Now, this is important to the story. So I went down to the Red Bull truck, and I told my mom, I was like, hey, you mind if I go to the Red Bull truck, get a Red Bull? She goes, I guess. I don't know. Sure, why not? Go for it. So then go down to the Red Bull truck. I go, hey, mind if I have one? So they go, yeah, sure, kid. Here you go. So it hands me one. So then I walk back with one, and then my older sister goes, wait, you got one? I was like, yeah. She goes, how did you get one? I don't know. I went down and asked. She goes, well, they wouldn't let me have one because they thought I was 15. This is when my older sister was 16. I was actually 14 at the time. And so they totally thought I was older than I looked. So I had a can and my sister didn't. And then so then she was a little pissed that she didn't get one. So then I drank about half of it, and I'm like, ugh, this tastes like butt. I don't really want it anymore. Here, sis, take it, finish it off. So she goes, okay. So she drinks half of it. So then she swims the 200 butterfly. For those of you not well versed in swimming, the 200 butterfly is not exactly an easy race. It kind of drains you pretty bad. So then she gets out, and she's like, oh, I feel great. I am ready for another one. Let's go. Let's do it. And I'm just like, whoa, girl, who are you, and what did you do with my older sister? This is a little cray here. So yeah, she totally was hopped up on the Red Bull. She was completely just going bug nuts because she drank that half of Red Bull, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, I don't really feel anything. I don't know what I was supposed to feel, but, yeah, whatever. So, yeah, it was pretty funny. Good old Red Bull story. And then my other buddy, he's a skinny guy. And, one swim meet, he drinks 2 whoop asses, which is another energy drink. I don't know if they're still around anymore, but that was one back then. He drank 2 of them right before a 50, and this kid is not big. He is a skinny kid. So he had so much crap in him, he was just totally violently shaking on the starting blocks. It's like a chihuahua that has to pee. So the starter goes, lane 3, please stop all moving. He's like, I can't stop too many buses. This kid is uncontrollably shaking. I'm just like, oh no. So yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I don't really do energy drinks that often personally. I do I have a tub of G Fuel, and I use like maybe about a half a scoop, like, because they have this weird little doohickey on their scoops, so I tear that off. So it's like a normal, smaller scoop, and I typically only use like half a scoop. Like if I'm feeling like I really need to be alert and crap, I'll use like 3/4 of a scoop. Very rarely will I ever use like a full scoop, but that's basically my energy of choice. But if I'm on the road and I know I'm on a long trip, I'll pop like a Ghost, maybe a C4 if I don't have access to a Ghost. Or usually my drink of choice is a Kickstart, because it's basically a Mountain Dew with some natural juice in it and like just a little more caffeine. It doesn't have all the taurine and all that other kind of crap in it. So those are my those are my energy drinks of choice. But But yeah, I kind of spiked my drink a little bit. So this is my second cup of drink tonight. I had one. So typically I do greens, you know, powdered greens, you know, like Amazing Greens. So I usually do like Amazing Greens and then like a quarter scoop of G Fuel. So I'm trying to go a little bit longer tonight because last night I was dead. I wasn't able to stay on too long. But anyway, Beardy, I gotta ask you, how did you find my stream? I don't get that many people coming around from Kick. So were you just trolling, looking around for stuff, or I don't know. I don't really advertise much for Kick, so you had to be just browsing. All right, just check it out. All right, sounds cool. FF14, got it. Yeah, I'm a little bit better than the average filthy casual, but I'm still a filthy casual for this game. I'm not one of those guys that's gonna whine and complain that, oh, the Dawn Trail dungeons are too hard. Well, I just have to get better. I just have to not suck. I got a buddy that's usually in here with me. He goes by the name Operator. He's actually checking out of Final Fantasy 14 because he says it's just not the game that he wanted. He's played through the whole MSQ and he did Savage Rating and all the hardcore top tier stuff, but he's just really pissed off with all the game design decisions that they've made, just basically catering it way more to the filthy casuals rather than really spicing, you know, keeping things spicy for those that are veterans and actually enjoyed the way things were before. But yeah. Let's see here. A person does not die. Build sepulchers. 1 second. So yeah, a little bit about me. My name is The Feral. This is the Frito Bandito Taqueria. Typically, I like to play a lot of JRPGs. But right now, I am mostly playing Final Fantasy 14 and Dragon's Dogma. Starting next week, I am actually going to be back on the bike. Behind the green screen is my bike. I do triathlons, so I dedicate my mornings to training. So so yeah, we'll be back on the bike next week in the morning. So it's about 5:15 a.m. Pacific time. That's when I'm on the bike. But yeah, I'm 40 years old, long-time enjoyer of video games, mostly JRPGs. But I enjoy a decent platformer from time to time. You know, Mario games, Hat in Time, stuff like that. Excuse me. Let's see here. But, yeah, I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 for a number of years. Kind of took a break. I kind of take breaks after the expansions. Not a gigantic fan of just grinding dungeons for the crap of it. So I'm gonna kind of take a little bit more time with this one. Because I kind of want to catch up on a lot of content that I've missed and neglected. So I've been off stream on Sundays. I spend time working on crafters and gatherers and deliveries and trying to do a bunch of stuff that I've just never really cared about before. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to understand crafting and gathering a little bit better. Still don't understand fishing, though. Fishing sucks in this game. I hate it. I'm not a big fan. And then I kind of want to try and get a couple classes to max level. Because usually I just main White Mage. But I'm going to try and get Picto to 100. And then try and get a couple other classes up to 100. Like Warrior. Warrior, Picto, and... Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, my biggest problem is this is when I play, and I live in California. So right now it is, so if you look here, it's 10:30 at night. So I'm in a couple different groups, but the problem is in one of the groups I'm in, most of the people are on the East Coast of the United States. So unfortunately, I can't hook up with them and do stuff. But a lot of those guys are actually only in like Heaven's Word or something like that. They are really, really, really far behind. They just started not too long ago. So I'm kind of considered a veteran among those guys, which makes my buddy Operator just laugh uncontrollably. He's like, Pharaoh, you're a veteran? Well, theoretically I am. Oh, okay. That's solid. Have you ever tried Rumble? You might want to look into the Rumble platform, because Rumble also does not care about the same crap that Twitch and YouTube do. I mean, personally, I am currently multi-streaming to Rumble. My home base is on Rumble, but I'm also streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. YouTube, just so I can archive my stream. Twitch, because I streamed there for 6 years exclusively. And then Rumble, because Rumble actually has a better monetization for smaller guys like me. And they're also a free speech platform as well. So I really do appreciate that. So that's why I like streaming on Rumble as my main focus. Sometimes DLive or Trovo. Okay. Yeah, I know those services. You see, my problem is I am a father of 3 kids and I have a full-time job. This stream is just what I do for kicks and giggles at night. So I don't really put a lot of time into advertising and getting my name out there and crap like that. So like Kick and YouTube are basically like the stream's there, guys. Yeah. It's there. I mean, I do have a Discord server. There is a link tree, or there should be a link tree on Kick. And if you check the link tree, scroll all the way down, you can find my Discord. So if you want to hang out in the Frito Bandito Taqueria after party, you're more than welcome to join the Discord server. I can't remember if I actually did do that or not. Sometimes I tell people, yeah, just join the Discord, and then I kind of forget. I didn't really get it set up. Let me see here. Session info. Yeah. You know what? I'll do you a solid here. Let's see. Hold on. Yep, there it is. There you go. So, if you want to join the Discord server, just go all the way down. Just scroll all the way down and hit the Discord button all the way at the bottom, and that'll get you into the Discord. So, yep. So basically, my Discord's just me and a couple buddies that have been around forever, just mocking each other. That's usually what's going on, and I'm always ranting and raving about the current anime I'm watching under anime. So, yeah, that's basically all the Discord is. It's a good time. I got some good people in there. They're real good people. Usually they're in voice chat with me, but yeah, I started a little bit later tonight. All right, we got the Aztec ruins here. There you go. I see you, John. Thank you very much for joining, Mr. Beardy. I don't do beards. I tried a beard once. Didn't go well. I tried to grow one out when I was on vacation at Lake Powell. Lake Powell's a big, I mean, it's a big lake, but it's a man-made lake caused by a dam. The Glen Canyon Dam. And it's basically right at the dividing line between Arizona and Utah. So, like, the bottom of the lake is in Arizona, and then the top of the lake is in Utah, and you switch through, like, a quarter of the way north, going northbound from Arizona. But I went there one year, and I tried for, like, 3 days to grow a beard, and I'm like, this sucks. This sucks, I'm done. Alright. We're going to talk about the ruins. Alright. Age of Prosperity for the Yakoi. Oh, okay. Nah, that's solid. I knew a couple guys that did that too. I just know that if I grow a beard, my boss, aka my dad, will get real pissed at me. And also, it's just scratchy. It's like I have to shave every day. I just can't do beards. I can't do beards. What was funny though was my buddy. He grew a big old mustache. He had a pretty solid mustache going on, and then his family took a trip up to Utah, where both of their family is from. And he comes back without the mustache, and I'm like, dude, what happened? What happened to your stash, man? Did you like misplace it or something? Did it fall off? Like, does it just fall off? He goes, no. We were doing family pictures, and my wife tells me, my wife tells me, honey, we only do a big family picture once every number of years. I'm not going to have the one time we do a family picture, the one time you decide to grow a mustache. So she made him shave it for the family picture. Which was fine, because the dude looked like he was straight out of a 70s cop movie, minus the plaid pants. Oh, man. It was pretty jank. Not gonna lie, it's pretty janky. I was not a fan of it. It looked pretty bad. It's like some dudes have like the right facial structure for a good mustache. Lots of other dudes do not have set up for a good mustache at all. All right. Okay, so that was a period of conquest. Have him Photoshop it out. Oh, by the way, thank you for the harsh consonant. Yes, this is a family-friendly stream. Sometimes we go into what we like to call Taqueria After Dark, where we get a little spicy. Maybe we get a little bit of innuendo, PG-13 content. But we do very much so keep actual language down to a minimum. So. Thank you very much for what I love to consider a harsh consonant. So, you already know how we roll here. That's fantastic, Mr. Beardy. Alright. Oh, dang it, my lower back. Oh, I feel like an old fart. It's like, my back, my lower back is starting to hurt me. No, it's just... all that pickaxing. I've been pickaxing the last 2 days straight. It's just it does a number on your back. Probably gonna have to, when all is said and done, I'm probably gonna have to get another chiropractor's visit or something. Zolgor the Boundless. Okay, what happened to the ones that went north? The next mural has the answer. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose real quick. Desk is being made? Cool. So are you setting up to stream as well? Is that what I am to understand from I'm almost set? Or are you having like a custom made desk? That'd be pretty swank. Local Tonawada, blah blah blah. Okay, lots of them got sick. Oh, sweet. Oh, that's pretty cool. My desk is, I got an IKEA desktopper, and then I actually built a shelf area just to this side of where I am. I'm actually in my garage. Being in Southern California, my house is worth almost $1 million, and it's only 2,000 square feet. So we bought it for a lot less. Okay, we bought it before everything skyrocketed. But yeah, 3 children and a wife and a dog and a bunny. I don't have room. I don't have room for I don't have room to stream inside, so my wife relegated me to the garage. It's for the tax money. Why houses are overpriced? Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I mean, we're not moving. We're not moving. I go to Arizona once a year for a triathlon race, and all the buddies I swam with in college, a lot of them live there now, so we all have like a mini swim team reunion while there. It's actually pretty fun. But they all keep telling me, dude, when you gonna move to Arizona, man? I'm like, well, when interest rates get back down to below 3%, I don't know. I mean, I work here in my city. I live about 5 blocks away from my parents' house, and that's where I work. So, yeah, this is a pretty sweet setup I got here with my family and everything. So, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. But yes, unfortunately, I don't have room inside my house to stream. So, whatever. The nice thing is, though, I'm in the garage, and typically, if I'm within reason, I can just be as loud and boisterous as I want, even though it is 1040 here. But I know that all my neighbors have never raised a complaint against me, so I guess I'm doing okay. I mean, the guy that lives right next door to me, the closest to where my garage is, he's like an 80-year-old, unless they actually, you'll never see prices drop. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's where it's going. I mean, there's so much, unfortunately, what has happened here in the States is that it's taken 100 years, basically since Woodrow Wilson, to build up this insane behemoth of a federal government. And until we actually, like, the two things that I think will really create the most good that can be done very quickly is, number one, term limits for congressmen and senators. Basically put a term limit on how long you can be in a federally elected office. And then number two, have, hopefully, President Trump. I am voting for President Trump, by the way. I am totally fine with it. Hold on. I said it's one of the things that's very easy to take care of. But trust me, there's a lot of things that need to be taken care of. But you have to dismantle it piece by piece. And until we finally get senators, congressmen, and just so that the 17th Amendment was never a legal addition. Wasn't 17th Amendment? Hold on, I forgot. Wasn't 17th Amendment the Senate? That was the Senate was voted on by the people. That was the old axe. Let's see here. What was the 17th Amendment? I can't remember that one off the top of my head. So, yes. That's the direct election one. Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with that too. And honestly, I think one of the biggest changes, 100%, but even though this would never happen, would be to get rid of the whole winner takes all system for electoral votes for the president. I think 100%, if California got rid of that, the entire game would change. 100%. It would change it would change so hard, it would make your head swim. If you just got rid of that here in California, it would be a game changer. Because you would have literally about, I would say about half the state would go Republican and half would go Democrat. I think you would have about a 50-50 split. So, yeah, that would be immense. But anyway. So we're not I could talk politics forever. So, in the interest of time, I'm gonna kind of table it there. It's not that I don't want to talk about it, it's just I could literally talk about this forever. And I will get completely sidetracked, and I won't get anywhere in the main story. But like I said before, I have ADHD, and I will go on tangents that will last an hour. So, this is me catching myself before I derail my own stream. Definitely, you want more political discussions? Come around. I got plenty of political discussions. Oh man, it was fun. All right, let's see here. They decided to strike the first blow. Mountains did they come to understand? Peace and vision was ours for the taking. Tranquil life traded for conquest and conflict. Okay, when you do nothing but fight, it'll blind you. Wow, enlightening, yes. All right. All right, we're going to the mountains. Let's go. Up. Not that way, but let's, Ooh. Pretty. All right, do we have any Aether points right here? 271 Yalms to the west, yes. Because I really want to get flight set up. Because not being able to fly really sucks. Wakor Lador. Alright. Alright, here we go. Okay, now, next. Bink. Northeast, 674 to the northeast. Okay, so that's probably all the way over in that tippy. All right, and sprint. Alright, we're knocking out a couple Aether points right here. Hold on. So yeah, in addition to doing triathlons, I also train swimmers. So I'm a assistant coach, and I also do private lessons for anyone and everyone that wants to get faster at swimming. Where am I at? 3 to the east. East is to the right. So it's here. Oh, crap. It's all the way down there, ain't it? Oh, no. 245 to the east. Yep, I can't get down there. Dag nabbit. Oh, that sucks. Oh, well. I tried. Let me see here. Logs. No. Travel. Aether currents. Urcopacha. Alright, so I got 3 more and I got 4 quests. So I got 2. I got 2 over there. Okay. 2 over there, and then we're gonna have to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I got Kazuma Uka and Urcopacha. Urcopacha. Es un nombre bien bueno aquí. Estamos en Yoctoral, en la área de Urcopacha. So, yes, I am actually fluent in Spanish. Little thing about me is I served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints back 2003 to 2005. I was asked to serve in New Jersey, and I was asked to speak Spanish. So I learned Spanish to go serve the Lord there, and then I came back, and I kept speaking Spanish. Southern California, oddly enough, you can speak Spanish anywhere around here. So yeah, I get to stay and practice pretty good. So it's a lot of fun. What's hilarious is I go to the Spanish carnicerias, the meat markets, every once in a while, and there's this that's stupid kamikaze beetles. There was a place. I became pretty good friends with the butcher, carnicero, because my parents would have me go get a bunch of barbacoa. Frick. What? Dang it. Pollo asado. Carne asada. Carne asada, that's it. I was totally blanking on it. I was like, dang it, I feel like an idiot. I cannot remember the name of the taco meat. What the frick is it called? Carne asada. Okay, yeah. Pollo asada, carne asada. So, they'd send me down there for some carne asada. And then every once in a while, so I'd start talking Spanish with the butcher. And there was one time I go there, and then there's this little abuelita down there. And she's trying to ask if it's spicy. I was like, señora, no es picoso. No, es un poco dulce y tiene un chin de pica. And she looked at me like I was an alien. She's like, what? It's fun freaking people out when you're a blonde guy and you start speaking Spanish fluently. It's a good time. Oh, shut up, Alize. Quit being such a wuss. Yeah, how about not? You bomb reject. Oh boy, is this my next dungeon? Do I get to do my next dungeon? Woohoo! Oh. Excuse me. All right. Next dungeon, baby. Yeah! Woohoo!
Gods, that is one tall mountain. And we're supposed to climb it?
Yes. Can't skip leg day. Never, ever, ever skip leg day, my friends. Oh, that don't look good. Nani?
He's speaking the old Yokhui tongue. The words are difficult to catch.
Yeah, because he sounds like he ate a ghost pepper.
Though your words are crude and cumbersome, I use them for your benefit.
Misa Jowaka.
You are a claimant in this right of succession.
Yeah.
That's right.
Simon.
Then, if you die, Tuliola loses a potential ruler.
And
It's a dark
then...
thing to say, friend. I get the feeling you don't share the opinions of the other Yokhui we've met.
Yokoi.
Do not grovel before Galul, Jar Jar, like those shameless lapdogs. My brethren and I.
The giants have their own factions too, it seems.
Well, you think, buddy?
You think your kin weak for showing deference to my father, but they do not follow the man. It is his peace they respect, a peace they always wanted, which they realized could be had right here.
Justifications of the craven.
Sorry.
They
Hands.
turn
My hand's starting to
from all
freak out on me.
ancestors, from the true
Okay, you are taking way too long to speak, buddy, okay?
worthy of bearing.
Yeah.
Ascension begins with the death of the third promise.
Undaga.
Stop! I don't want to fight you!
Then die on your knees.
Hadouken.
Opportunistic vermin seek to feast on
Just a flesh wound.
Get down here. Your neck will be the first I snap this day.
Okay, I think you got some anger issues, bro. I think you need counseling, you know, maybe some chocolate milk. You know, let's just sit down and have some chalky milk, okay? we sent that jerk packing.
How do you like them apples?
Dude, you know I'm a white mage, bro. Why do you gotta steal my thunder? I got plenty of MP, man. Come on, man.
Why do you help us?
Because you suck and we had to bail you out?
I didn't put much thought into it. My legs were moving before I knew what was happening.
'Cause I'm a goody two-shoes.
I suppose I feared you'd die before we had the chance to get to know each other. Before I could learn more about you.
I told you, I want to share some Chucky milk with you.
To what end?
Oh, that's simple.
I want to be friends.
It's the best way for us to become friends.
Oh, called it. I just want to be friends. My friends are my strength. No, not dead.
Live. Not quite ready to walk under his own strength, however.
Well, he's kind of fat.
If you could stay and tend to him, the rest of us will continue on to Woko Zormor.
Yes, because Alphino, you're useless.
This changes nothing. We will not forsake our conquest.
Can you at least just forestall the conquest? Let's just forestall it. Let's just stall it out a little bit, okay?
As you like. You want to kill me, you're welcome to try. But right now, you might want to worry about your comrade.
On a mountain of that size, there are bound to be creatures even I've never heard of.
Then we climb. Grufurlor is waiting.
Yeah! Wakar Zamor! Huh?
What in the world are you still doing on?
I'm gonna go to Wakar Zamor. Well, I finished all of my digging today, so I figure I'd celebrate by streaming a little bit later.
Ah.
I finally figured out. So I had 2 more objectives left in digging my sprinkler pipes for the backyard. So one of them was I needed to connect this one head into the main line that I knew was going all the way like about 8 feet away from my south wall. But the problem was I couldn't figure out exactly what was going on. But then last week on about Saturday, I did some digging and I figured out that it was a T branch from this one long line coming all the way from my valves. So what wound up happening was I figured it out, and then I started trying to dig, and I'm just like, I tried to, figure out an area where I wanted to put this one last sprinkler head. And I was like, okay, well, if I start here, I know it's got to be within this amount of space. It's going to run perpendicular to this area. So if I dig a line in this area, I got to hit the sprinkler pipe because this is where I want to make the branch going to this other sprinkler head. Apparently, I didn't dig deep enough. I had to, it was like over 12 inches down. I'm just like, oh my gosh. But then the other problem was, so I wanted to extend that line all the way to on the other side of this tree, and then I was gonna come around to the front and add 3 more sprinkler heads. But the problem was, when it got around the tree, it turned into a 1/2-inch pipe. It started as a 3/4-inch pipe, and then it went to a 1/2-inch pipe. And I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to have it going 3/4 to 1/2-inch back to 3/4. You know, you're going to have massive amounts of head loss, and it's just going to kill the pressure in the final. See, this is the problem when you know pipe flow. You're just like, I can't let myself get away with this, because this is not how I design things at all for pipe flow.
No shortcuts.
So I was just like, crap. So I need to figure out how far it goes back, because it goes about 1.5 feet, and then I saw it 45 diagonaled. And I was just like, okay, so there's 45 diagonals. So then I did a couple pilot holes digging down, and I figured out it goes about 2.5 feet, and then it 45s again. And I know it was supposed to connect to that 3/4-inch pipe that I was originally digging on. But I had like 10 plus feet of undug area between where I had the 1/2-inch pipe unburied and where the 3/4-inch pipe is. And I'm like, somewhere in this 10 feet, this thing reduces from 3/4 to 1/2-inch. I have no idea where this thing is. So I started on the 1/2-inch side, and I started working my way towards the 3/4 side. And it was a good, like, 6 plus feet of trenching in order to get there. I only had a couple feet left before I got to where I had finished previously. But it wound up working in my favor because I started from the 1/2-inch side. I was able to tear out the whole 1/2-inch side. So then now I can take new 3/4-inch pipe, connect it to the original 3/4-inch pipe, and just take it from there. So it's just kind of like, So yeah. But I finished all that digging. I got it all ready to go. So tomorrow, right after my wife gets home from the gym, I'm going to head down to Home Depot. I'm going to buy all the sprinkler stuff I need. And then when I get home tomorrow night, I'm going to connect everything up and hopefully pressure test it. So then on Saturday, we're going to just do a lot of moving, because I'm going to rent the sod cutter again, because I still have a good about 30 feet length, 30 feet long, about 4 feet wide, that I still want to tear out all the sod for, because we're putting in a concrete path. And I'm just like, I don't want to do this by hand. So I'll take the $90 hit to rent the piece of equipment to turn literally days of chopping sod into about an hour, because I gotta go down, get it, bring it back, and then once I fire it up, it will literally take like 30 minutes to burn through all of that. Like less than 30 minutes.
So long as it actually does its job correctly.
Yes. Yeah. So
you never know when somebody has screwed those things to.
I know.
By heaven.
No, the last one I rented worked flawlessly. It worked perfectly fine. My problem.
We rented one the last time we were working on stuff here at our house, and it was. There were times where it would be very nice. There were times where it would be an absolute disaster.
Yeah, I mean the cutting gear didn't actually drive the thing at all. So I wound up turning the blade on and just putting it in the drive gear. And I'm just like, it's like I'm dog sledding this thing all over my yard. I'm like, ah. That sucker was taking me for a ride. Well, I mean, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be. The drive in cutting gear should be about half as fast as the drive gear. But it was. Yeah, I guess it was going nowhere.
I guess what I should be saying is that it's like, it should be able to pull itself along, but it shouldn't be pulling you.
Nice. Insta-Q. The joys of being a healer.
In any case.
So yeah, I'm just still playing Final Fantasy 14. I'm gonna get through this dungeon.
I wouldn't know how that feels, because I've never done healer in that game. I'm the DPS scrub who always has to wait in line.
I really don't mind healing. I really don't mind it.
Well, it's not so much that I mind healing, because it's like in most games I end up doing healing anyway.
Right.
I mean, we were playing that new Marvel's Rivals a little bit ago.
Oh,
the
okay.
beta that came out. And the very first character I saw, I was like, oh, that character looks interesting. I'll try her out. Healer. And it was very much like, oh yeah, she plays exactly how I feel like I should be playing this. This is great. Because she was a battle healer. She was very much like right in the middle. Could do a lot of damage, but also had a lot of healing potential. So, I mean, I enjoy a good healer. It's just when I played Final Fantasy XIV, first thing I chose was Archer. And so my Bard, that's just my character. That's what I enjoy playing.
Yeah, I do not understand Bard to save my life. Like, I've tried it. I mean, I got it up to Bard, and then I tried a dungeon or two with it. I'm just like, I don't understand how this works.
How do people deal damage with this thing? Yeah, no, there's a lot of, the fact that that it goes from being full DPS to being kind of half support, half DPS. I guess like if you have a full DPS, it's just, there's a lot to it when it comes to actually having to play the songs for people and make sure that your party actually is getting benefits while you're still trying to output damage. Yeah. It all is just conditions. Like, all of your damage comes from poisoning and from wind, whatever it's called. So, but in any case, it's like, I haven't played in such a long time anyway.
Yeah.
I have no idea at this point how much they've changed the Bard again. And it is what it is. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever end up playing it enough to ever vary my class out. I'd probably just stick with the one class and just always have to wait in a queue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what Nock does.
I mean, I've gotten along just fine doing it. It's not like, well, I did back when I played. It's not like it ever bothered me. It's like I would just go do something else while I was waiting for a queue. Sometimes I would actually get something to pop, sometimes I wouldn't. It's like if it was main story content, you'd always eventually get it. In any case, how are you enjoying the new content?
Okay, so I'm gonna want to stay here. Okay. So the new story content, I mean, it is a little, it's a little bleh at times. But it's not too terrible, in my opinion.
There are worse stories out there.
I mean, there's a part of me that's like, I can kind of forgive if it's a, if they truly are, trying to set up. Ooh, I gotta get hit. I got hit. If they're really gonna set up some big time, if they're gonna set up a lot of stuff for Hold on. I gotta figure out where I gotta go. Up here. Oh, no. Dang it. Hold on. Dang it. Stupid mouse. Ugh. This is the one thing I hate about this mouse. It's, okay. Shoot. The thing I hate about this mouse is it's got this one button, and the one button is the mode selector, and the mode selector is like right under where my middle finger is. So if I'm not careful, I'll hit it, and it totally screws my mouse up. 100%.
Can't say I know what a mode selector on mouse is.
Basically, lots of mice, they have, whoops. Hold on. Okay. Basically, lots of modern mice, they have the ability to switch button layouts. So, like, if you play, like, for instance, if you play, you know, a game that has different weapons, and you want to have a different button layout for each weapon. So you can set it up. You can set it up to where you can have like one mode for sniping, one mode for SMG, one mode for melee. So you can set it up for different stuffs. But the problem is, I don't really use other modes. And
Of course.
like on Logitech, you can actually turn that thing off. Like, you can turn it off to where you will not change the DPS.
Modes.
You can't change modes.
DPI.
Yeah, DPI. But
Okay. Is that what you mean by mode selection is the DPI? 'Cause-
It
well, no, because
also-
you're saying like that there's full button configuration changes.
But for
'Cause, yeah,
the,
I'm used to the mice that have all of the the buttons for up, raising and lowering DPI. But it's
So-
like,
so
yeah, I've never
this
seen a
mouse-
mouse that actually completely changes the configuration.
So this mouse also allows you to change the button layout along with the DPI.
Yeah, I would definitely say that I could understand that getting annoying. I definitely wouldn't want that.
Yeah, this is my one thing that I really do not like. Oh,
I've been using Razer mice for years, and I've kind of always stuck to the same model. I like their Naga model, so it's like I've never had to worry about that. Never been something I've ever
back.
had come up.
We're gonna get hit. We're gonna get hit. I'm gonna die. I'm dead. Shoot.
Sounds like your tank wasn't doing his job.
No, I didn't have an opening. I didn't have, we had, it was one of those ones where, everyone's got their own specific AoE stack on them. and it was complete. The whole field was covered with other AoE potential attacks. So I just didn't have anywhere to go.
So it was all your fault.
Basically. So I got something new. What did I got? Oh yeah, they got this. There you go.
Oh, this is a great sign. Yay. Should actually be able to sleep tonight.
Who was gonna sleep tonight?
I'm saying I should actually be able to sleep tonight. I literally only got an hour of sleep last night.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah, I came home from doing my Wednesday workout, was having a decent night of everything, but then it's like when I went to bed, all of my exhaustion just disappeared.
Oh, that's the worst.
I spent the entire night trying to actually exhaust myself again. Like, I would sit there, it's like, usually it's like I could just sit there listening to something or like just being on my phone for a bit, and that'll tire me out because it's monotonous. It's nothing.
Right.
Nothing was making my body like exhaust at all. And I literally went until 6 o'clock this morning. 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish, before I just, at that point, was like, I gotta go to bed and hope that I have enough exhaustion to at least get an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to work remotely.
No,
I was thankfully able to actually sleep, but it's like I'm the type of person, ever since college, I told myself, like, I never wanted to pull an all-nighter after having to, like, study for all night for reading a book or something. I was just like, I'm never going to do that again. It was weird, basically being forced by my body to just be awake all night.
Yeah, no, the worst for me that ever, oh, shoot, oh, crap.
It happened again?
No, I killed my, tank died.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so, in any case, it's like, I can actually feel my body, like, relaxing, like, in that way that it's just like, oh, okay, you're gonna actually... You're out of energy. You're gonna be able to sleep. Like, I felt that come on just a second ago. I was like, oh yes. Like, I took a nap this afternoon, a nice long one, because of what happened last night. But it was just like I've had that happen a couple of times, and I don't know if it's just because of the heat around here or what.
Right.
But I just when I get to the point where it's like I'm actually gaming again in the middle of the night because I'm just trying to get rid of energy, there's a problem.
You are worthy to rule.
So, yeah.
All right.
It was not fun. So I'm taking solace in the fact that I should be able to...
We tell the hunger of roiling waters.
All right.
out the fury of erupting peaks. I will take the measure of your resolve. Implacable strength of the mountain, be mine!
It's like we're... Oh, this might not be good.
Spirit of my brethren, your thunder roars!
Okay.
You
I'm not dead.
my fury.
Not dead.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Wants to play walk.
Recall the cruelty of merciless storms.
We're gonna make it. Woohoo! Alright. Alright. Thanks, Red Az. All right, so let's see here. What do we got? What's the difference here? Here, hold on. Item comparison. Okay, it is literally right now the same. Yeah, it is literally the same. Yeah, all the same stats. Oh, wait, but this has more determination, more... This one has critical hit rather than determination, or rather than piety. Intriguing. Ha! I still gotta come. Oh, man. Ah, that dungeon wasn't
Final
too...
Fantasy 14, not... Oh, Undertale.
Wait, what?
Said I thought you were playing Final Fantasy 14, not Undertale.
Commendation?
You keep talking about determination.
Oh. It's a stat.
I'm sorry, it was a bad...
Yeah, I get it. I thought you were regarding it to commendations. I'm like, There's no commendation in Undertale.
No.
No, there is determination though. Must stay
Yes.
determined.
There's lots of determination. in
All the
Undertale.
determinations are in Undertale. Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
have not played that game.
Wait, what?
You are much bigger than
I
the
haven't played
others in the
Undertale.
village.
It's something you should do. It doesn't, the game legitimately does not take long, especially if you like legitly go for a pacifist. I mean, if you just go for neutral and you just kind of attack enemies as you go, the game is really short.
Yeah, it's just more. It's just more that I'm having watched people play it. I
Oh,
already
okay. So
know.
you've already played. Yeah, you've already.
Yeah,
seen
I've seen it.
Yeah. Once you've seen it, it's not. There's not.
It's hard to. It's hard to pick it up because I know the ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
By disease. It is rare
So
to
yes.
see a child reach our former stature.
That being said, somebody bought it for me, so I really should probably play it.
Oh.
You speak of the contagion which afflicted the Shaktural expedition. The one recorded in your murals.
There's so many other things I've been playing.
It is
Will.
a chapter of our history that
Yeah.
is
No, I'm
intained
gonna
with the legend
finish
of
up
the Golden City.
when I finish up Dragon's Dogma. I'm gonna go back through my Amazon games because I got a bunch of the LucasArts point and click games. And I'm actually going to go through those, and they're going to be walkthrough assisted. Just, I'm not going to have the time to figure out those 1980s LucasArts puzzles. They are not kind.
No, they're not.
They are not known for being kind.
Look,
But
that era of games from LucasArts in general are not kind.
no.
I
heard that
I
legend
went back
originated
and
with
played
the Yakuza.
the Rebel
this
Assault
true?
games.
Oh.
Because I mean, it's been this many years, right? It was the first, like when I bought my Hodis, I was like, you know what? I have those on GOG. Might as well. Like, it's been such a long time. It's such a great game to actually test on a controller, or not a controller, on a joystick.
Yeah.
Like, it's the perfect thing. And after this many years, I've gotten better at games. Like, I think I should be able to handle things a little bit better. Oh my gosh! Getting through that first freaking game is impossible. Even easy. Like, I don't understand.
It makes you wonder as you've gotten older if you start sucking more as a gamer, or if you were just content with sucking back in the day.
No, I don't even question that. It is 100%. I didn't understand what sucking at the game was, and at the same time, also had no concept of what difficulty actually was. Like, I will never say that like nowadays games are not as, or there are games that have toughness that equals what was there before. But those games of the past are legitimately, to this day, difficult. Like, there is no getting around the fact that those games
Here and now,
are no easier today than they were back then.
Well, what's funny to me is, you know, you hear these arguments for which retro game was like the absolute worst game. You know, which ones was so insanely hard, which ones blah, blah, blah. And, like, I really do feel like a couple of them, I'm just like, wait, really? Like, one of them is Lion King on the Super Nintendo. Now, I don't know what it is, but
I've seen that argument.
I've seen people play the game, and I know the number one stumbling block is the freaking second level with the monkeys. I know that puzzle sucks. But I remember as a kid, you know, it took me a couple tries to figure it out. And as long as I didn't die, as long as I didn't fall in the water, you could go back and figure out what you had to do, you know, because there's no real enemies in that portion of the game. You just had to figure out what to do with the monkeys. And there, like, wasn't a timer either. So you had plenty of time to just figure it out. It was just so gosh darn frustrating. But
yeah, and I think that's what it... I think that's where people, when they're doing that reporting and making, like, those things, they don't think of it as how frustrating it is. Frustration as a kid, I think, equates to difficulty.
Right.
Where it's like now we have, because of having lived in the era of gamification and stuff, we know how to think through things a lot better. How to actually, like, figure out our way through a puzzle.
Well, I mean, back then, you know, because I remember playing the whole game. Like, I remember routinely being able to beat Lion King. You know, just not, you know, once I figured out how to do the stupid monkey thing, and then I remember with the wildebeest, I had to learn the pattern. And I think we actually spent time and wrote down the pattern. You know, it's just what you did back then. You know, you
you wrote it down, or you had game facts and you printed it out.
No, this was pre-game facts, my friend.
Okay,
this was in the infancy of America Online. And, you know, we took time to figure out where we had to go and what we had to do, and you know, it got to the point where you played through the first couple levels so many times, you could just breeze right through it, no problems. You know, and what was some other ones that I remember seeing that people were like, "Holy crap, this was stupid hard."
Well, in the same vein as the Lion King one, I never played Lion King. Because I never had a SNES. But what I did have was they ported the SNES version, or the Jungle Book, over onto the Game Boy.
Right.
So I played the Game Boy version of the Jungle Book.
Yes, that game is not kind.
Oh man. Yeah, it's like I see the same thing where people are talking about the Jungle Book, or like the Lion King, and I'm just like, I feel like those who talk about the Jungle Book or talk about Lion King never experienced the Jungle Book.
Oh yeah.
Like,
no, 100%, and especially the Game Boy version.
In the same vein as the monkey puzzle thing.
Yeah.
Like, when you get far enough in the game and you're like trying to escape the fire and stuff, one mistake and it was game over. Yeah. And that wasn't I can easily recover that progress game over either. Yeah. That was you are
all these monuments.
Now
Is this a
back
ground?
Hours of playtime.
Right. And on top of that, with the limited real estate that you had on the Game Boy, it's really, really hard to kind of see where you're going, what's coming, what's going on.
Don't understand how we played on the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advanced. Like, I booted up Chain of Memories on my Game Boy Advance just out of, like, curiosity one day.
That explains why there are so
many.
And,
like, I don't remember why it was that I was even looking into it or anything. I think we had just stumbled upon ourselves like, oh yeah, let's just see if this stuff still works. So I boot up Chain of Memories, and I can't even see the dang game. Like,
it's too small.
No. This is on a Game Boy Advance. The screen's bigger and everything. It's that I didn't have an SP. I had just a regular Game Boy Advance. And so no backlight.
No backlight, right. I have 4 regular Game Boy Advances because I bought them all trying to get a group together in order to play Crystal Chronicles with multiplayer with the Game Boy Advances. Yep. So I wound up buying a couple more, and yeah.
I had the cables, but my friends would bring the Game Boys.
Yeah, I have the Game Boy Advances.
Bastard! I should end you here.
But so yeah, it's. I'm getting kind of frustrated because we still had all of our Game Boys and Game Boy games and everything, and they've gone missing at my parents' house for some reason. And I actually wanted to like find them because I wanted to grab my like
see no
Pokemon
reason to delay
games and
further.
replace the batteries in
Show
them
me my father's sepulchre.
to actually be able to play like the gold version and stuff again
Yeah.
and connect it, but like to play them on Pokemon Stadium where you could actually have the full screen and everything.
Right.
Papa has a grave?
And we don't know where they've ended up. We can't find them anywhere. And my mom is certain that she would never have sold them because the even to her, like, those were nostalgic keepsakes because like we had actually like saved up to buy our own and everything. It was like
Right.
one of the first things as a kid we were learning how to be financially responsible and stuff. So it's like
Master of resolve
there's
and
no way in
reason.
the Hades we would ever have gotten rid
Yeah.
of that
Peace.
stuff, and yet we can't find them.
Yeah. No, that's
Don't know where they've ended up.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. My actually speaking of Pokemon, I just bought Pokemon Sword for my middle daughter. Cause after being up in Utah with Nox's daughter, she was playing Sword, and then my other daughter was playing Shield because we have Shield. And then she comes up to me and she's like, "Daddy, can I get Pokemon Sword?" I was like, "Really? Why?" Well,
because
I wanted
they're different Pokemon.
Well, no, it's because she wanted to do raiding, because she figured out how to set up multiplayer raiding, and bring in. I mean, I never touched this. You know, they've kind of figured this out on their own. Which, hey,
But-
kudos to those kids.
The multiplayer rating is cross game.
What do you mean by it's cross
Like-
game?
Sword and Shield people can do the raid stuff together.
Oh, I know. No. So we only had one Pokemon game. So
Oh,
my middle daughter
I
wanted to
see.
acquire Sword, so then she could play with my other daughter here at home, who's on Shield. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That-
we needed
that's
two
fair.
games. You know, we only had one. So my middle daughter asked for
Two
Sword.
games,
and-
two consoles. Yeah.
Yeah. So she had birthday money
Okay.
that she wanted to
Fair.
burn.
Fair.
Yeah. So yeah, it was
Look at this
kind
one.
of funny.
Kettenrad.
So my daughter keeps coming up to me.
Navigator of
I just
enchanted
beat this
oceans."
gym leader. Good job, sweetie.
I don't know how difficult that is.
The Lamincin
No, I know it's not
Does this
that
mean he joined
difficult.
No, I'm not
honestly,
saying for you. I'm
no,
saying for
I
you.
played.
It's
I
like-
played through Shield.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
No, I just played through it. I mean, I played through it just so I kind of knew what they were doing, you know, so I could, you know, give some helpful advice, stuff like that. You know, I'm not a diehard Pokemon guy by any stretch of the imagination. The last one I played was Red. Literally in 1998, I bought Red, and that's the only one I've ever owned. So I figured, Sword and Shield, it's the new shiny one. You know, let's get one. And I bought
Secret of
Shield
unknown.
because it's got the
How strange to
Rainbow
see your name here.
Ponyta, the Rainbow Garlean Ponyta.
Yeah.
I figured my daughters would love the sparkly rainbow unicorn horse thing. So I figured
And I'm sure they did.
they did.
It was
So
unheard
that's why I
of
bought
to build
Shield,
living
and then my
sepulchres
other
for
daughter
those
just
who
bought
were
Sword.
not Yokwi,
So
but
that's kind of
their
fun.
great
Master
But
of
yeah,
resolve
so
and
my
reason,
daughters
champion
basically
of
their
peace.
gaming rotation
Papa
is
really did
Hat
some
in
amazing
Time,
things.
Pokemon, and Minecraft. Those are basically the 3 games that my kids play. I'm like, kids, I got like hundreds of games, and these are the only 3 that you want to play? I mean, to be
Carved
fair,
his
my middle
path
daughter,
with
she
martial
did beat
skill.
Paw Patrol all by herself. So, okay. And then my older daughter, she's played through Kirby, Yoshi, Yoshi's
I need to
Crafted
get my
World.
copy of Kirby back.
Yeah.
I let somebody borrow it, and I just need to get it back.
Yet it was clever thinking which allowed him to.
Yeah, I mean,
Martial
Kirby was
skill
fine. I
and
beat it
clever
while I was in
thinking.
Florida with my mom and my sisters. It's not that long of a game, honestly. I mean, yeah, if you want 100% it, yeah, you're going to be going through levels again and again and again. But in terms of just getting to credits, it's not that long of a game.
Mastery of the headed resolves technique.
I'm that type of person.
And when it comes to knowledge,
like, I'm gonna take the time and actually.
Is there anything that I've gotten from Papa? Something I do
play
better
it
than the
through,
others.
try to get 100% if I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I let somebody borrow it because I wasn't playing it because I had other things I was working on.
Right.
And so it's just one of those things where it's like there's just so much on the backlog anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that's why basically when I'm done with when I'm kind of winding down with Final Fantasy 14, that's when we're going to be starting Baldur's Gate 3. And then once I really start getting into Baldur's Gate 3, I'm going to start back up Rando Saturdays. Because I'm like, I still have so many games that I've gotten over the years that I haven't even touched. I was like, I need to at least play every game I own once. At least attempt to play it. That's the whole point of Rando Saturdays.
Yeah.
Oh, Wook Lamont, you suck. My daddy wanted peace, and that's all I'm good for.
I need to get back on and finish Dragon's Dogma. I was near the end, but
What in the hells was that?
Yeah, I just finished chapter 2.
I think I'm like right at the end.
Yeah.
Valigarmanda has broken
Like
free.
everything feels like it's
I presume
fairly
that was about
definitive
the
at this
unholy
point. I've done
sound?
all the side quests that have really shown up.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Basically, my method of playing Dragon's Dogma is run around, do the quests. If I get into a really big fight, I basically draw its attention, start poking at it with something, and then Operator's Pawn comes in, casts a murder everything spell, and then it dies.
We need to get back
That's
there.
basically
Now.
how these fights go. An Operator hates it. It's like, truth be told, I have no idea how to truly play that game. I just kind of run around and smack stuff with my sword, and that's about it.
How fortuitous.
Alright.
We have been gifted an opportunity to outpace our rival. Oh.
Alright. Let's see here. Where do I have to go?
Okay, well, that was lucky.
What are you playing?
I'm playing Once Human.
Oh, got it. Alright. Well, with that, we're back in town, so we are gonna get out of here. Alright, so thank you all so much for tuning in, those that have. Normally I do not go this late at all, ever. I just wound up going this late tonight because I didn't stream last night, and I am all done with digging, so I don't have to wake up tomorrow and worry about digging, which is nice. So, yeah. So anyway, if you haven't already, please like and follow the channel. Would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you join the Discord. Link in the description below. If there is there is no direct link to Discord, click the link tree, scroll down, click the Discord icon, and that will get you into the Frito Bandito Taqueria after party. So next stream will be tomorrow night. We'll be back with Final Fantasy 14. We're going to be continuing on with the MSQ. We just got done with the second dungeon of the expansion. And we'll be moving on with more story bits. And so, yeah. So that's it for me. Thank you very much, Artemis, for popping in and hanging out tonight.
Yep.
So I'll be back here tomorrow night, most likely with my good friend, Mr. William Paul. He had to take off and go to Betty Bay because he actually has stuff to do tomorrow. So see you tomorrow night. And just remember, quick programming note, next week we are going to be back with Zwift or Whoosh. We're going to be back on the bike in the mornings. Training for triathlons will resume next week. I have Mesa Sprint in September, and then I'm going to be adding La Quinta Olympic in October. So, got to start getting trained up, getting all ready to go for those races. So, we'll catch you tomorrow night, though, with more Final Fantasy 14. So, until then, my friends, good night, Isaiah Norris. Ooh, wherever you are.
Wherever you are.
Good night, everyone. Good night.